Hi, Krystel. Thank you so much for coming to BizTalk. How are you?
Hi, Max. Very, very excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Pleasure is mine, and thank you so much for your time. Before talking about your venture, shall we give an introduction to yourself?
For sure. My name is Krystel Abi Assi. I am originally Lebanese. I spend my time between Dubai and Estonia, as well as our recent office that has been opened in Istanbul. I've been in the e-commerce space myself for over 10 years, and my team, we have a combined experience of over 30 years. What we're going to be discussing today is going to be our second startup, and we're very excited to support small businesses via this second startup, which is based in Estonia, but focused on the Middle East market.
So let's start talking.
7.3 trillion US dollars. That's the amount of e-commerce sales that will be generated in 2022. And the great news is that 80% of those e-commerce sales will happen on marketplaces like Amazon. But the even better news is that 66% of Amazon sellers are currently small businesses. And they are taking full advantage of Amazon and how Amazon and marketplaces operate. See, as a small business, you simply need to plug your products into the Amazon catalog, and almost overnight, you can start selling your products to a global and loyal audience. And as you can see, almost 6.3 million sellers are currently active on Amazon. But the problem is, Amazon and marketplaces are customer and client focused. They provide incredible value and incredible customer service. However, they fail to provide seller support, leaving sellers to fend off for themselves. 90% of e-commerce and Amazon sellers fail within the first 120 days of launching their business and lose up to 10,000 euros in investment. See, sellers still have to download Excel and CSV files and do manual calculations to know things such as how much money am I making? We at Sellers Society, we want to reverse this trend. And we have developed a smart dashboard that integrates into a seller's Amazon and Shopify account and pulls the data via a secure API integration, displays it in an easy to understand format. Real-time analytics, no manual calculations necessary. Meet David. David has been using Sellers Society for the past 60 days, and he has been able to reduce his ad spend by 25%, increase his profits by 70%, and double the amount of reviews on his product pages. Sellers Society currently integrates with Amazon and Shopify, and we want to build further integrations for larger marketplaces so that we are able to support sellers anywhere they decide to sell. We, as a Sellers Society team, have a combined experience of 30 years of selling products online. We know exactly how to succeed because we've been Amazon sellers ourselves, but we've also supported throughout these years over 1,000 Amazon sellers and helped them launch their businesses globally. We're currently focused on two markets, the Middle East and Africa, as well as Asia Pacific, two of the fastest growing e-commerce markets in the world, but also the most underserved. Sellers Society is on a mission to support small businesses make more money online. We are seeking 200,000 euros in investment for a 20% equity share. We will use this money in order to develop our software further and also to go to market at scale. Sellers Society was launched as an MVP in July of this year, 2022. And in July of 2022, we were also added to Google for Startups. In November, we were able to pitch on stage during Web Summit in Portugal. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Krystel. Thank you very much. Very interesting. let me ask you how the process works when it comes to the user. I mean, if I want to use your application on my Amazon, how can I do this?
Very great question. So as you know, the more complicated the software is, the more likely you will not use it, especially if you are a business owner. And as you saw, 66% of sellers online are small businesses made up from a team of 1 to a maximum team of 3. So there's so many things that they need to do. Sometimes balancing the books is like a put on the back burner. Sellers Society integrates into the Amazon or Shopify account, pulls out all of the data for you. All you need to do is to basically add your cost of goods on top of it, which is something that you normally do not declare to a marketplace. And then it does all of the calculations for you. You normally have around 20 fees that you pay on marketplaces like Amazon. Some of them are fixed, but most of them are variable. That's the reason why it's so tough to try to figure out on an accurate real-time basis exactly how much money you're making per product, and make the adjustments, data-driven adjustments, and make sure that you are still selling your product within profitability. Sellers Society supports you because it puts the data in front of you, front and center. It does all of the calculations for you to immediately correct anything that needs to be corrected.
So with my CRM, I can check and track everything when it comes to using your Sellers Society on Amazon. And the second one is, remind me?
Shopify, which is the second largest marketplace, even though Shopify is not technically a marketplace, but compared to how many users currently use Shopify as their e-commerce platform, it's considered like the second largest marketplace.
I mean, in terms of scalability, now you are leveraging two massive platforms. So this is going to be your market. Are you going to move outside? Because sometimes leveraging third parties can be dangerous.
Shopify is not a third party. Shopify is where you go to create your very own website. So it wouldn't be considered as a third party. That would be like where you would have your own website. For us, marketplaces were developed in a way where they're like a giant mall. They require sellers in order for them to be able to operate. So yes, of course, our intention is to focus on Amazon and Shopify in the beginning, because these are the two largest markets where we find small businesses. For example, Amazon is operating in over 20 different markets worldwide, so it has a lot of users, and most of them, like I said earlier, are small businesses. But of course, our intention is to build integrations, just like we built an integration for Amazon and Shopify for all of the marketplaces, such as Zalando, eBay, Etsy, all of the popular marketplaces, so that our users can use one dashboard for all of their stores.
I mean, in terms of go-to-market, how do you market your software?
So we are very unique and in a very unique position. We have a 10-year-old business, which is a consultancy firm for Amazon sellers based in Dubai. We've built a very strong community around that consultancy firm. We've provided a lot of content online. Since 2 years ago, we have 55,000 subscribers, 56,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel, over 3 million views. So we've created a large following, and we use this following in order to get our early adopters. So as soon as we launched Sellers Society, we just informed our community. We were able to get around 140 users, and that's exactly the number that we wanted. We didn't want anything more in the beginning, just to test out our beta version. Currently, what we are doing is a two-step plan we are monetizing or actually trying to use the platform that we have created. But we also have strong partnerships across the board for all service providers that operate on the Amazon platform. And we use these service providers in order to inform their users and clients as well about Sellers Society. We have a long marketing plan that we intend to implement. We just want to go to market at scale, and that's why we are raising the money in order to be able to put the plan into action.
I mean, in terms of business model, how do you make money?
Like most SaaS softwares, we are on a subscription basis. We intend to also add on to Sellers Society a marketplace where sellers can reach out to service providers or freelancers and get services done. That is at a later phase. We've got a lot of phases planned out for Sellers Society, but in the beginning, it's on a subscription basis.
I mean, in terms of fundraising, these are 200K for 20%, 2 million post money. How is it going to be used, the money?
We want to develop the software further, and we want to we want to add on to our team so that we can go to market at scale. We want to dominate the market that we're in the beginning, which is the Middle East and Asia Pacific. Like I mentioned, those two are the fastest growing e-commerce marketplaces in the world, with over 90% of internet penetration. Yet at the same time, they're often overlooked for larger markets like Europe and the US. We definitely want to go to Europe and the US markets. However, we're going to do that as a second step after we've been able to dominate those two markets.
So today, the focus is Middle East and Asia. I mean, it's a very fast-growing economy also, and with a lot of money to be spent. So it makes a lot of sense. What about
It's a fast-growing economy, and it's a very stable economy at the moment in compared to Europe as well as the US.
What about the IP? It all belongs to you and your team?
Yes.
So everything is made in-house?
Yes. In the beginning, when we wanted to launch, we wanted to outsource the software and everything, but then we decided to do it in-house with our CTO and build everything ourselves.
Let me ask you, I mean, you're an entrepreneur. I do like asking to all entrepreneurs the vision, because an entrepreneur without vision is not an entrepreneur. So you said what is going to be for the next years, but what is exactly your vision? I mean, you already talked about the marketplace. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go one day? Where do you see?
Yeah, our vision started because of what happened in 2020, when so many people reached out to us because of the community that we had created online and the fascination of not having a job, but being a small business owner started to develop in the community and the market where we operate, which is the Middle East. We saw that there's so many small businesses online that are not being supported. And all economies from the US to the Middle East operate through or are based on small businesses. We want to provide these small businesses services, support for them to grow and develop, and to be on an equal playing field to large retailers and brands that do receive the support from marketplaces or that have the support in-house because they've built a large brand and a large team. So that is our main goal and our mission, and that's our North Star. And based on that, every single decision that we make, whether with Sellers Society or anything in the future, is based on supporting and helping small businesses make more money and succeed online. So the failure rate is quite devastating for me, because I see so many people and the numbers so many people making so much profit and money online, but at the same time you find, on the other hand, so many people failing because of small things that can be rectified. So that's our main North Star and goal.
Let me close with this one. I mean, the failure rate is extremely high. In your experience, how much can be lowered? using your software? I mean, if I'm going to use your software, what's my probability that I'm not going to fail 120 days? I'm going to succeed?
So the reason why, obviously, there's a lot of reasons why people fail online, and I'm not going to say it's all going to be rectified using a software, our software. But the main reason why people fail on Amazon is that they fail to make money. And since on Amazon or online in general, when you are selling physical products, this is something that's very essential. You need to make money in order to use that money in order to keep going. It is a cash-heavy business. It's not like I'm selling a digital asset or a course online or something like that. I'm selling a physical product. And with all of the fees that that are mandatory for you to pay when you sell on Amazon, on marketplaces, or even on your own website, when you are advertising and doing all of those variable, paying all of those fees that are variable, it is really very tough for anyone to understand how much money they are making and how to move those small levers. And that's why they end up waiting until they get paid from marketplaces, which is every 15 days, for them to realize that they made so much revenue, but their profits were so low. Yeah. Which is at that point is a little bit too late, because now you need to rectify a situation. What we want to do is, what Sellers Society does is it shows you, it breaks down all of your fees per product, per sale. So as soon as you sell a product on Amazon or on Shopify, you know exactly how much money, including all of the fees, all of the variable fees, anything on top of that, you made per product. So you can immediately rectify any situation, whereby being able to make sure and ensure that you're hitting the margins that you need in order to keep on going as a seller. So those are the reasons why we believe Sellers Society is such a simple solution, but sometimes large problems, all you need to do is to just provide a simple solution in order to solve such a major problem. And we want to keep it simple, because the more complicated it is, the less people are going to use it, especially when you're so overwhelmed with so many things that you need to do as an entrepreneur and as a small business.
I do agree. Keep it simple as stupid.
Keep it simple. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
True.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I hope In Equity Match we can help you to raise your funds. And again, all the best. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Max.
My pleasure.